There's a new BBC One documentary about dolphins, and experts have found evidence that young dolphins purposefully and carefully chew pufferfish to get high. Yes, pufferfish. They release a toxin that can be deadly in large amounts, but it can produce a narcotic effect in small doses. And they found out it's mostly young dolphins who do it, and after they ingest it, they enter what's described as a trance-like state. And here's my favorite part. They literally pass it around. Like, they'll chew on the pufferfish, and then as soon as they realize, whoa, bro, I'm feeling like tipsy, they'll pass it over to their buddy dolphin. And then they'll do the same thing and pass it again. It's like puff, puff, pass. I mean, is this not the greatest story ever? God, dolphins are awesome. Now, the larger reason why I wanted to cover this, because there's actually a serious point to be made here. All of the Christian conservatives and fundamentalists who argue that taking a substance of any kind, like Mormonism comes to mind, for example, because they don't even allow people to drink caffeine because it's a drug. And another one of the arguments they always use is that you're supposed to be sober. That's how nature made you. You're changing your state of consciousness, which is not okay. So don't do it. But this shows you that's actually not true. That in nature, animals get high all the time. In fact, there was a list, I forgot to jot it down, but there was a list in the same article of all these other animals that do the same thing, like giraffes, rhinoceroses, this and that, and they all have their own different ways of getting high. Some animals in the wild eat certain berries that get them high. So this literally occurs in nature, which is the definition of natural. So I would argue that the thing that's actually unnatural is to be sober 100% of the time. I mean, think about the actual implications of that. Let's say somebody goes from cradle to grave never having done any drug at all, whether it's alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, caffeine, anything that might change your consciousness slightly. Do you think that person has lived a full life? Even assuming they lived a totally normal, totally fulfilling life in other aspects. Whatever, they had a family, they had a job they loved, they donated to charity, did whatever, had great friends. Would you say that that person lived a full life? Well, there was always one thing that was missing, probably multiple things, but if they never, ever, ever experimented with substances, I'm not saying you go to town and, you start cooking crystal meth in your basement, which is made with all types of crazy stuff like diesel fuel and things you would never think to put in your body, nail polish remover and all that stuff. No, but never having tried any substance, that is unnatural. In fact, rather plainly so.